Anglo-Zanzibar War is a fascinating yet often overlooked chapter in the history of British colonialism. Tensions between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Zanzibar had been simmering for years. At the heart of these tensions were issues of succession and colonial interests. The British were keen on expanding their influence in East Africa and Zanzibar, with strategic port was a crucial prize. The Sultanate, on the other hand, sought to maintain its sovereignty in the face of growing European encroachment. Key events and figures began to shape the conflict. The British favored certain Sultanate leaders over others, often based on how well these leaders aligned with British interests. This interference in internal affairs created resentment among the local population and the Sultanate's leadership. The Zanzibari people and their leaders wanted to choose their own path, free from British interference. The situation escalated as European powers, particularly Britain, sought to stamp their authority across the continent. Zanzibar, being a vital trade hub, was under intense pressure. The British consul in Zanzibar played a significant role in determining who would succeed to the throne, further inflating tensions. Local resistance to British meddling grew, setting the stage for a confrontation. The immediate cause of the war was the death of Sultan Hamad bin Thawaini. He was the pro-British sultan who had recently ascended to the throne, but his death created a power vacuum. The British were keen to install another friendly face, but their preferred candidate wasn't universally accepted. This dispute over succession was the spark that lit the flames of conflict. The war itself was brief but intense. British forces, largely naval, blockaded the port of Zanzibar, demanding that the new sultan, Khalid bin Bargash, step down. When Khalid refused, the British launched a naval bombardment of the city. The Zanzibari forces were no match for the British military might, and their resistance was quickly crushed. The bombardment was a one-sided affair, with the British easily overpowering the Zanzibari defenses. Within a short period, the city was under British control, and Khalid bin Bargash had fled. The war was over almost as soon as it had begun, marking a decisive victory for British forces. The outcomes of the war were significant. The Sultanate of Zanzibar ceased to exist as an independent nation. Instead, it became a British protectorate, with the British government controlling its foreign affairs. This marked the end of Zanzibar's long history of independence and the beginning of a new era under British colonial rule. So what do you think was the most surprising aspect of the Anglo-Zanzibar War? Perhaps it was the swiftness of the British victory, or the fact that this conflict is often forgotten in discussions of colonial history. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're interested in more fascinating stories, be sure to check out my other videos.